Let's do this. Ugh. Eyes fixed. It's time for some more slaughter, boys. I don't want to use the real knife. Ha! Bold Anakin Skywalker, right before Obi-Wan strikes him down. And this is his Vader saber. Alright, let's get us looking more like Anakin. How does this look? How does this look? Hold on, let's see. You underestimate my power. Potential Vader. This is like literally just a blue lightsaber. Pretty sure these also do. So this is one of the beam saber katanas. This is the other one. This is a two-handed. This is the one I prefer. It's the one-handed. I prefer one-handed weapons. I prefer to walk around like this in combat. gonna be using cheats because it's not a slaughter if you die. Plus, come on, it's Anakin Skywalker. We're gonna be going through the ruins first. We'll do a level 1. I think they need to spawn more. I am Anakin Skywalker. Yes, I'm currently playing as Anakin Skywalker. Should be the easiest fight. Should take me very little.
Get ready for this.
Underestimate my power. It doesn't matter if you raise the water because this area is broken and it has been for a while. The water rises, but it doesn't act as if it does. So you're better off just gravity magicking up. Yeah, I'll show you. Forget where the thing is. This time it worked. Last time I did it, it didn't work. Which just kind of ruined it for me. Because, although I did it legit. I think I did it on camera and it didn't work. So I don't even know what up here does, but clearly it does something because you can be up here. There's no real way up under the gravity magic, but there's a lot of stuff in the main thing that gravity completes. I also like how there's 2 endings to the game I already have. Obi-Wan, I now have the You underestimate my power, Chancellor. I could actually see Anakin, if he had won, going on a mission like this to a planet that looks an area that looks like this. That's I could see Anakin going to a planet like this on a mission, being like so upset because of the amount of sand, but going through to get like an artifact, a Jedi, like if you replace the golden fight with a Jedi, or if you like had a second fight after where there's just a Jedi sitting, like I could 100% see that. I could see, like, if you replace the Hectorite with, like a Jedi, you could totally see Palpatine's in. Like an Anakin that didn't lose to him. Because he would be like, or let's say Obi-Wan never fought Anakin, or Anakin was still, like, fully dark side, you know. Palpatine being like, yo, I need you to go get this artifact to save Padme to do the ritual. Completely lying to him. I can see him sending him to a place like this, which is like a like a Jedi guarding the artifact. Right? And Anakin just fighting his way through. The primitive natives would be no match. I just feel like that would be something that would be like, yes, he would totally do that. Which one looks the most Sith? This one. It also feels like Anakin would discover that Palpatine was lying, but he would get like, let's say like a mental planet like this, searching for that on it, or like primitive beings, magic crystals. I could totally see him just like not telling Palpatine. Like, yeah, they had a bunch of, but not really worth it. Giving Palpatine like a bunch of treasure, or like going back and looking all over the planet for the Jedi, going place to place, just getting stronger as he goes, telling Palpatine that he's just, the trainer, and like making Palpatine's training for like being like, yes, Palpatine, you're right, the more I do these, the more Jedi Sith artifacts I look for, stuff that I get. I could also see him, even in the Vader suit, coming to a planet like this, getting like a lightning crystal, and then just like fighting Palpatine. And when suddenly Sith lightning gets hit with like actual lightning orb, it just confuses the shit out of Palpatine. Like I'm just convinced that would be totally legitimately something that he would do.
My blade is ready.
I could also see Anakin picking up like local weapons and not
Take
understanding
them
them.
out.
But seeing as how Anakin likes to learn, he or likes weapons, right? A lot of people see him as becoming like the Jedi weapons master, or I can see him swinging it around like it's a lightsaber and just killing people because of the high speeds, not realizing it's not meant for them. And then finding this and just realizing stabbing is better with it. Like I could totally see Anakin doing that, just running up, just being like, oh, that's not working. Let me. And being like, oh. Especially if it was Vader with all the weapons he's seen. Like I could see Vader picking up two swords. I mean like canon Vader. Like I could see him just going like, boop. And with a suit made of metal, like Vader's, he would be. I mean, he'd be practically unkillable. Could you imagine that Vader just like I think a bunch of see if there was a lightsaber, it would just cut through the weapons. Anakin just walking through, just being like, whoop, I'll take that, thank you. We're missing a hand. After younglings, it's like hand, and also you can like be like decapitated dead. Like you could even just haphazard the thing and just chill off. The problem with Canon Vader coming here, is Anakin just like, boop. Also, the fire weapons would deeply piss Anakin. If he was Hand Invader would be able to stop fire. Be able to stop these mid-air. This would be how Anakin would learn to defeat Palpatine. Getting stronger here, this would be like Palpatine saying if you took like this planet and added it to Star Wars, somebody could do that. Have like Anakin go here during his mad search for Jedi. The mad lust of force powers he already has. I don't know. Force push to your death. don't know. I haven't done a Star Wars what if. I think I'll do a what if on this one, on this game, if Anakin had landed here, like in a crash, if he came here instead of Mortis. The Anakin style. Don't forget to remember, Vader would have an army of loyal stormtroopers with him. Potentially some clones if it's right after Lucifer. our final sword. Even more loyal. So armies would come in, the armies would come and they would easily be killed by stormtroopers. Or clone troopers even easier. Vader would become very much the biggest threat on the planet, turning. Why am I frozen? And yeah, things like this guy, Vader would be immune to at some point. Darth Vader, not Anakin Vader. Or if Anakin Obi-Wan and Ahsoka crash. The only good use for reverse grip. And no, it's not Sudoku. It's Sudoku, I don't know. The Shoto Blade. Or reverse Shoto, I guess. I'll show you how this works. Ready? That's exactly how that would work, but hold it to defend and parry. other blade, called the correct way, is used to stab and kill. And if you have a smaller one, just swing it in to dodge. Now, I can do it a little faster than that. I'm not trying. Run in, parry. Not the best against hammers, and an axe could hook on the end. Swing! Not what I intended to do. Swing! As you can see, I caught his hand on the edge of the blade. And in order to actually continue swinging down, he would have to cut his own hand up to swing at full force. That's what makes this grip work. Is that it's only good for suicide, blocking, and parrying. Sure, if you have a blade that's two-sided, hold it like that, do the spin, but never swing first with a reverse blade shoda. And if I try to double reverse blade, as you can see, it's completely pointless. Can't even get a hit off. Slice their hands. You just have to remember to swing this to defend yourself. If the enemy has a sword, it's easier. Ah, yes, a mace. Not a windu, just a mace. Where did my main blade go? That would normally never work. Could also do it like a hammer combo. With a longer sword like that, what you do is you literally you force them to choose between killing themselves, harming themselves, and fighting back. I'm just using this to push their blade out of the way. Although once an opponent would see this, if they were smart, it wouldn't work. They could easily counter it by aiming not for the blade, but for your feet. They could lower. As you can see, you have to aim for their blade. You have to match up the blades or have a two-handed grip. A two-handed grip would not be reversed. See, hit my hilt. Come on, strike me. Strike me down. As you can see, she hit me with her shield, but she could not strike me down with her shield. Yeah, you gotta be fast. It's also better with smaller, lighter swords. At least for the one that you're spinning fast and trying to flip. Your secondary, your reverse grip blade is entirely a defensive tool. You can parry with it. You can strike with it, but it's not advised. Look. I learned this, but I watched a guy who said reverse grip is completely useless. And then I wanted to prove it wrong, so I started playing the game, doing this. This requires you to have the absolute strength to hold on to this blade, regardless. And the enemy sword in real life would not slip through your blade. That guy doesn't have a helmet, so see, he just, in order to charge at me, he ran into the blade. Meanwhile, I can swing my blade relentlessly. You can also do this by holding it reverse grip on the side, but a real swordsman would have more speed. You can also use it to do this. Kick the crap out of them. Again, I use it to block, and then I kick the shit out of them, finish them off with my blade. You don't want to swing. You want to swing for their arm. You want to get their. You want to damage their arm when you have that chance if they're in full armor. You could also do it with two blades, just regular hold. But this is officially, in my mind, only non-suicidal use for reverse grip. And you would have to be extremely, you'd have to be strong to do it. See, look, I didn't even mean to that time. I just held it just up enough to block. Oh! The other thing is there are plenty of counters. People who go running up with just one sword and reverse grip are stupid. Like, there's no way around it. And I know this conversation is probably going to be controversial, or someone's going to send it to the guy that does his videos, and he's going to debunk it. He's going to say something. But I'm literally showing you it working. Now, again, that it only works specifically in sword fights with similar blades, and usually with enemies who don't understand how it works. That's why in Star Wars you see all the Jedi with all the two-bladed Jedi with the one smaller shoulder blade they use to quickly block. Swinging too early could cause, see look, that would have hit me. You do this. If all the time you're able to do both hands actions. I would also say you could do this. Slide it across your body. Hold it just in front of you. So that if they're striking down, but if they're striking to the side, you'd actually have to move it. Like, I actually got the idea from Fire Emblem. I don't remember, but one of the stances some of the swords people take is they have the swords masters. They'll have a sword facing like this when they hold it. Now, obviously, the reason they're facing it like that is they're about to pull it out with their other hand. I figured. See, look. His blade's out of the way, he only has the one. I have two, so my secondary smaller blade. One of my blades blocks, the other slices. If you have amazing reflexes and some pretty great strength, you can do that. It's the same problem with countering dual blading any other form, even front grip, is that if the enemy can completely overpower you with their weapon, they could make you drop it, and then in that case, the shield is better. But even then, you could get your shield dropped, so. Yeah, no, this is definitely not the best technique for sword fighting. But I'm a big fan of two blades. See, if that had actually been a person right there, they'd have been sliced clean through. That time when she charged into the blade and phased through it, realistically, that would have killed her. And look, I'm not using any magic. This isn't super unrealistic. The wrist grip is a defensive tool. But yeah, that's reverse grip for you. Only good use. And there is no good defensive stance with a two-handed weapon for reverse grip. Now you could charge in like this, however your blade would most likely get stuck, and it would not be with a lot of people when they do reverse grip, they talk about with swords like katanas. And they talk about one-handed. I like to look at things as overall. Sure, I can see with a thinner sword, like a katana that you could cut, break easier. But with a full steel sword, like hard to break sword, really there is the defensive use. I wouldn't try that with this. Only because if this was an actual katana, the blade would be way too big. The whole point of the reverse grip is to have a decent sized blade to block other blades and slice. It doesn't work against rapiers because rapiers aren't swinging up to the side, they're swinging straight in. They're trying to pierce you. The other thing is reverse blade grip with daggers is also good. See how little that is? Daggers and fighting at swords is just not very smart in general. Unless you're extremely fast compared to your opponent. Daggers are at speed. You have to move these really fast to begin. Man, a weapon that would get through the reverse grip. Go over the go over the weapon is garbage. Now this one might get blocked by a reverse grip sword. See what? That would block the next. That would stuff happens. This would not get blocked. It's stuck, sure, but